Hey everybody, as you've seen in the title, I believe I know why Heracross was removed from the wild. But before we get to that, I had some more stuff that I did in Cancun that I recorded and I really wanted to show you guys. And if you're down to watch it, continue watching from this point on. But if you're not interested in anything I did in Cancun and you just want to get to the shinies I caught and why I feel like this Heracross was removed, cut to this timestamp right here area. It'll take you right there. But yeah, if you're down to see some Cancun stuff, here we go.
What's going on, everybody? JT here, coming at you with another episode of Pokemon Go, and we're not really going to be doing too much Pokemon Go today. Tomorrow, we're going to go shiny Heracross hunting, because it should be live at a certain point tomorrow, but for now, we're going to scuba dive. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually a certified rescue diver, and I'm really excited to go out here because it's freaking Cancun. The water here is fantastic. The fish are supposed to be very, plentiful. There's a ton of really cool fish here, so I'm excited to film it, and who knows, maybe we'll find a shiny out there. I mean, admittedly, there's been a lot of Pokemon on the ocean when I have signal sometimes, which is weird, so we'll see what happens. But right now, we do have 2 spawns here, so let's check it out. This isn't my hotel, and I'm kind of glad it isn't because, though it looks nice, the spawns here are terrible comparatively to my place. How about the air on? No. Alright, well, those are the only 2 spawns in this area, but once I'm done diving, I'm definitely going to be walking around, so we'll see what happens. Well guys, sadly the trip to Cancun is over, but I had a great time. Yesterday actually wasn't the scuba dive. I had it just kind of like an off day. I not really film that much, but we did do a snorkel trip, which was really fun. Ran into a pretty big fish, it was neat. And then we got to see a lot of baby sea turtles being dug out of their nests. It's to protect them because they're very, very vulnerable as they're babies. So they collect them and make sure they're healthy, and then they release them into the wild, which was really cool. Didn't expect to see that at all. And then we went to this really cool restaurant where I had a beef burrito, and just over to my left was a pot of dolphins, which was cool. It was part of the aquarium, but yeah, it was a fun time. But sadly, no shiny Heracross. I saw maybe like 7. They're really spread out around here, so I didn't really have the opportunity to find too many. But that's fine, because I'm going to be heading back to Orlando now, and we're going to be hunting hard for that shiny Heracross. So, I'll see you back in Orlando. And now we're back in Orlando, and you guys already know how things have gone if you've watched the previous video, which a lot of you have, and thank you guys for watching. Not usually a video I want to make, but it is what it is in the end of the day when it comes down to Heracross. I wanted to hunt it, you know, go out and find it, but it's just not around. But it is in raids, and I tried to get some friendship with a friend, and sure enough, look at this. We actually got a shiny pink female Heracross, weather boosted, 2189. I don't know if it's good. I don't know. But I'm happy to get the female. I mean, it's got the heart horn. You gotta love the heart horn. But there we go. We got the slap back. Thank you very much, Wobbuffet, which is now best buddied. I did that in Cancun. I should have recorded it, but it kind of just happened, and I was like, well, whoops on that one. But there we go. We got ourselves a shiny Heracross female. I'm down with it. How good are you? They're okay. 14, 12, 15. I'm down with that. Now that Heracross wasn't actually my first shiny Heracross. You see, I actually had a raid here on my place, so I used my free pass on it. And sure enough, we got the male. So now I have a shiny male and female. I want to keep going with them because I do have a thing that I love raids, I really do, but I'm also just in my mind about like how dumb this situation is. I don't know, you know, it's really hard for me because I love this game, plus I like making content for this game, but yeah. Anywho, there's the Heracross right here. Let's take a look at these IVs. It's a 10, 13, 15. It's cool that we got them. I definitely want to lucky trade them, which makes me want to get more of them just because they're easier right now, but we still have to pay for them, which is the worst part about it. I don't know. I'm not doing as many raids as I normally do because I am very upset and unhappy with what they decided to do with Heracross, but at the same time, I gotta make content too, you know? Like, I do, so we'll do a couple more of these raids, maybe here and there, but to be honest with you, I feel like now that I've gotten the shiny male and the female, probably just gonna hold off from doing Heracrosses for a while, but who knows, maybe I might buckle in and do a couple more, but I'm definitely not going out of my way for them. I'm mostly actually doing Kangaskhan raids because I really want to get XLs for Kangaskhan, and I'm fine with this one because Kangaskhan does not spawn where I live. You know, that's fine, but yeah, I just still pretty unhappy with this one decision here. And now we're outside. I'm actually hanging out with Goku here. Hi, Goku, buddy, old pal. Hey!
I still don't have Heracross in the wild. Oh, what's going on, everybody? My name is
anyways, we're doing like just grinding in general, just trying to find stuff. We did this Palkia raid right here because we needed to complete some Snorlax tasks, and it turns out to be a shiny one. So there you go. I will be honest with you, this is actually my second one. I got another one, but I was not able to film it at the time because somebody might have been in security for leaving the airport, and I am not hitting this. Wow, really? Come on, you got this, JC. Really? Please smack back. Oh, whatever. I have 14 balls to botch on this. There we go. We hit it. Yeah, honestly, I'm in the middle of security to get out of the airport, and I could not actually record because they scream at you. It's pretty great. This is pretty great. Anywho, let's get out of here. Let's see this. It's not great, but I don't care. So that's a Palkia, and technically 2 shiny Heracrosses. If something else happens, I'll show it to you, but if not, I'll probably see you back at home.
The next day.
It's now day 2 of the Ultra Unlock Part 2, and I've been seeing a lot of reports on Twitter, friends, other social medias, that quite a few people have been getting a lot of shiny Heracrosses from raids, like a lot of them, and within a short amount of raids too. Like some people are getting it on their first raid, some people are getting like a couple of them within 10 raids like myself. I had only done like 10 raids and I got 2 of them, which is pretty good. It was pretty good. So I decided today to do more Heracross raids. Just as for research, I wanted to see what this rate was like. And I would say I'm close to 50 to the mid-50s in terms of raid numbers. And I got 2 more of them, which brings me up to 4 shiny Heracrosses within 50 to 55, I'd say, raids. Which is pretty good. Feels like shiny legendary odds, which are about a 1 in 20 and 1 in 25 rate. And that's also the same rate as Community Day. Whenever you play a Comm Day, the shiny rates are boosted really high, and it's about a 1 in 20 to 1 in 25 rate. Which then got me thinking, probably explains why Heracross isn't in the wild right now. You see, Heracross is the cockroach of Pokemon Go and where it spawns. It spawns a lot, especially in rainy and in cloudy weather. It's pretty bad. Like, it shows up a lot. It was really annoying, too, until now that it could be shiny. So then it made me think, well, that's probably why they removed it. Because it would basically be a Heracross Community Day, which isn't quite fair to the rest of the world that, you know, when they got their shiny regionals released, when it's for a specific location, when it's like a half and half of the world, usually it's about a full odd shiny, but whenever they released the Kangaskhan, the Mr. Mime, the Farfetch'd, and the Tauros, those were a 1 in 50 odd during the event, and currently I believe Kangaskhan is a 1 in 50 right now, and spawning in the wild. So, yeah, it makes sense why they removed it, but I'm still very unhappy about it because there's an easy solution that they could have done. A very easy one, in fact. It's called nerfing the spawns. Why remove Heracross from the region in which it spawns in when you could just make it a very rare spawn? Like, yeah, people would have been a little bit unhappy about that, but at the same time, when they realized that these shiny rates are pretty high, suddenly it's not that bad anymore. At least it would have given people that live in the areas the option to hunt for it in the wild and do raids. If I saw them in the wild, I'd still be doing the raids. Honest, 100% there. Yes, I'd love to just do more free stuff without having to pay a lot on raids, but yeah, like, that was just the solution right there. I'm really happy they made it a 1 in 20 to 1 in 25 odd rate, because for people around the world, this is the Ultra Unlock. It shouldn't be hard to get, you know? I'm glad that a lot of people, if not everybody that's doing these raids, has at least gotten 1, though there are a few exceptions. I know some people that are pretty up there, but that's RNG, you know? You're not guaranteed it. You could roll a 20-sided die and never get a 20 within a 500 rolls. It's a possibility. It's just random RNG on that one. But, yeah, like, it just feels like all you had to do was just nerf the spawns instead of completely removing them. Not to mention that everybody's natural reaction to it being removed from the wild was, here they go again, trying to just take all the money from us. It's a pretty natural reaction, seeing that a lot of these events lately have been locked behind paywalls, including the Ultra Unlock Part 3. We don't know everything about that event quite yet. Maybe there'll be some stuff in research, fingers crossed, but for the most part, all they announced was all the new shinies are behind a paywall, and just feels like that's the same that happened here. And that could still be the case. I'm not gonna say it isn't. I'd like to say that maybe, you know, the good in me, I like to see that the glass is half full instead of half empty, you know what I mean? But it could have been the case that they were just like, people want it, so they'll pay us for it, instead of giving people the opportunity to find it in the wild where they should naturally be able to. And also, just a thing that I'd like to mention is, as I mentioned in the last video, I did actually leave Cancun a little bit early to come to Florida. And I wasn't even actually supposed to come to Florida. I was actually going somewhere else because I'm doing a little vacation with the family, but this is my job, and the possibility of hunting shiny Heracross in the wild is a really good thing for, you know, YouTube for sure. I'm sure a lot of you guys would have loved to see that. But yeah, sadly that's not a case now. But what I'm trying to say is, that cost me money. I had to buy an extra flight from Cancun to Orlando, and now I'm going to be taking another flight from Orlando to the other destination, which you'll learn about in the next video. But yeah, like, this could have all been avoided. I could have saved this money, and I'm not the only person that did this. I know a lot of people that either flew or drove down to Florida or possibly Texas, hell, even maybe to Mexico or to Central South America, you know, anywhere where they spawned for the opportunity to hunt it in the wild. And now they've basically wasted their money in doing so. You know, that's gas, that's your time. They might have taken vacation time to do so. And this could have easily been avoided if Niantic, Pokemon Company, and, Nintendo, if all of them just said something, like, this will not be spawning in the wild. We would have been upset. We definitely would have had a little bit of an uproar on that one. But you know what? We would have gotten over it, and we probably would have done some of the raids without really being too upset about it, because we would see that the shiny rates were really high on it and going, okay, that makes sense. But you surprised us and you didn't say anything at all. And that's why people are upset on this one, you know, like, and people are already upset because of lack of communication. So it's not surprising that we didn't get any conversation about this ahead of time, but yeah, that's pretty much all I really have to say on it, you know? Like, I feel like I know why, and this is the reason I feel like it's why, but it was just such an easy thing to avoid. Keep them in the wild, but nerf their spawns pretty heavily. Make it a rare spawn. Maybe I only see 10 to 15 of them a day, you know what I mean? Like, don't make them impossible to find, because people would be very upset about that one. But make to the point where, you know, if I'm actually exploring, which is the purpose of your game, I might actually get to see some while I'm out there, and having them come off of incense, which I would be buying for you guys. It seems like such a simple, you know, way to fix this. But anyways, that's just my opinion on it. You know, there's definitely a few of you that actually disagreed with me in the last video, which is fine. I love hearing other opinions. I really do. Because, you know, I want to know what everybody thinks. I'm not just here to have you guys, you know, reverberate what I'm saying. I want to know what the community thinks. I would say a good 95% of the people that commented on my video agreed with me, but not everybody did, so it was good to learn. But yeah, just in the end of the day, again, Niantic, you gotta work on your communication skills. Any good relationship is based on good communication. Now, will I continue to do Heracross raids? The answer is yes, I will probably continue to do some more Heracross raids, because the shiny rate is pretty high on them. It's pretty high on them, which is pretty great, because I do want to actually get some for lucky reroll, maybe even possibly get a Shundo one, which would be pretty cool, because they have a really high rate. Again, it's the same as a shiny legendary, so the odds of it happening aren't exactly the best of the best, but it's better than when they come back in the wild, and they're probably going to be a full odd shiny at that point, so I'm definitely going to keep doing them a little bit here and there. But in the future, if this happens again, like, say, Shiny Tropius gets released, or Shiny Relicanth gets released, and there's no communication that they're going to be removed or something like that, and yeah, I will be very upset, and I might actually refuse to do those ones for sure. But, again, as long as there's an improvement on communication, we're going to keep going with it, but you know, it's just, it's ridiculous still. This should have been addressed ahead of time. But anyways, guys, on that note, we're going to be wrapping up the video here. I really hope you enjoyed it. And also, let's do a positive comment shout out. It's going to come from me. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching the previous video about my frustrations. It's not a usual video I like to put out, but thank you guys so much for the dialogue that you gave as well. A lot of you guys were very positive, but some were pretty negative. And to be honest with you, I don't mind that. Again, I want to know how you guys feel. And thank you guys for being honest. Honestly, that's the best thing I could really say. Thank you so much for supporting me as well on this crazy journey. I love the Pokemon Go community and game, and I want to see us soar up from here, and I want us to be back in a great place, and hopefully we'll get there. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so you know when I upload, and also comment down below. Have you been doing these Heracross raids? And if you have you gotten some really good shiny ones? Please let me know in those comments down below. And if you really love the channel and you want to support it some more, there's a link to my Patreon in the description box below. But with that being said, this is going to be the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one.